Hello again. I am back with the second journal in my Antiquities collection. This particular journal is called Antiquities Midnight Amethyst Silk because it has a Dupioni silk cover and is a sister to the Velvet Journal with the same name. So I have done most of the explaining in the other video. This one should be much shorter. Same supplies and pieces inside, same digital kit, mostly the Victorian vintage collection from Lenart Studios is what I've used for the beautiful ladies inside. I've got Sheila's beautiful sari silk tie that I was able to find as close a match as possible to it. I've got the ruched veiled lace pocket on the front and the back, so you can tuck something in the front as well as the back. Of course, vintage mother pearl buttons on the spine. Love these. And some of Sheila's beautiful dangle beads on the closure ties. We've got these very similar tags on the front pocket. And let's go inside. Approximately 72 page sides to journal on, if you would like to. On the left side, I have another tag similar to the one in the front, made out of music paper, scrapbook paper, digital paper, some very fine tissue artisan paper that I have run through the embosser, and gold metallic cheesecloth and the gold thread applique with sequins, cute little dangle from the top, and the red sari silk tie on parchment paper. The lace on the sides of the pages, all of the darker color, of course, is from Sheila's lace bundle that matches the Midnight Amethyst color. And I've got some of my vintage lace pieces on the sides as well. Beautiful coordinating velvet piece. This little notebook goes back in the pocket, and I have added a little fussy cut flower and some beads. Just some extra note paper. That just tucks right back in here. Gorgeous lace from Sheila from the same velvet and lace bundle. So very pretty. This tag is just a Tim Holtz ephemera piece. Piece of Sheila's beautiful velvet embroidered and sequined trim. I just got this bundle from her separately, and I pulled out a few pieces that I knew would go perfectly in these journals. I was so pleased to get them. This tag is made with vintage wallpaper and some vintage lace, some of Sheila's sari textile, and a piece of antique blue tatting that is from Georgianne that I've added there and backed onto granite paper. And I've just included some extra note paper. These are from Chapter 1 papers, the invoices and vintage papers. Shakespeare's Macbeth book page. Added the word stories on the top, some line journal page, a piece of ephemera from the kit, some beautiful scalloped edge vintage lace on the side, and tea-dyed paper, tracing paper, beautiful paper doily, vintage paper doily. And this is a tag that has some texture paste through a stencil on here. This is an antique French applique that I've just hung onto a bulb pin. Some collaging. This is piano roll paper. Some mesh or netting curtain panel that I've used, and beautiful antique French lace, fine lace from the bottom of the pocket or tuck spot here. Music paper, I Believe in Miracles is the song title, and gorgeous lace from Sheila's bundle. I love this lace digital page here, just so gorgeous. Added the word thoughts. A piece of Sheila's dyed eyelet cotton. This is the vintage postcard that I've chosen to add, and that one is dated 1908, so it's actually antique, it's not vintage. And I usually keep them in a protective sleeve, especially when they're that old. And it's handwritten on, of course, which makes it very special. Blue parchment paper. Here's a couple of tags that I've made. This one is using some vintage wallpaper and vintage music paper, German book page, a die cut, and some stamping backed onto parchment paper. And this is part of the vintage curtain panel that I like to use. A tall tag with some paper punching, and these beautiful buttons at the top of the tag. A little short flap side page that has antique French lace that I have laced some of the coordinating seam binding through. This little tuck spot, I've added fussy cut flowers and a piece of vintage stationery. This is blue granite paper and some beautiful tea-dyed lace that I've added on the side. Little tuck spot if you want to add something. One of these journaling cards that I like to make with some vintage German book page, antique French lace, mother of pearl buttons, vintage sheet music, and a fussy cut flower from Odocina Anne backed onto some granite paper. This is vintage book paper from book page from Les Miserables. Little tuck spot here, lots of room to journal. You can write on these pages. And what I was contemplating doing that I haven't decided yet is adding some buttons down the side of this page. I think I might do that. I've got some set aside that I'm considering doing. This is Edith Holden book page, of course, in the center of the signature. And these lovely beads that I've chosen, adding a little bit of the seam binding to make them extra dressed up. Beautiful lace from Sheila's bundle, and another vintage paper doily. Added the word moments on the side, little tuck spot here. This is chapter 1 papers, digital on the side. Here's some beautiful tea-dyed lace that I love to use. This side we've got cute little dangle on the paper clip, and I've got another envelope that I have made myself using my envelope press and a lot of stamping, and then I've added a corner of a very vintage handkerchief and an image from the kit. Just included a few extra pieces that I had left over of images from the kit. We've got another tall tag here, some vintage buttons, and paper punched bottom, and an extra piece of journaling tag there. This side has a short page, and I've just added my business card and a little journaling card on this side of the tuck spot. All in blue. Another tag that has some vintage wallpaper, vintage German book page, vintage music paper, some stamping, and a die cut. Backed onto parchment paper, slipped into the pocket, and I've got a tall tag using a paper punch edging at the bottom and some of the digitals from the kit. Piece of Sheila's beautiful dyed eyelet cotton, and I've just tucked a vintage envelope, 1937 from Honolulu, Hawaii, on this side. I left this flap open so that you can actually write on both sides of the pages here and get some more space that way. Tiny little tuck spot. Here we've got a beautiful dyed applique with pearls on it. That's from Sheila's bundle. And another one of these lace swatch cards that I've just added some antique lace. I love this one. So beautiful. Very, very soft. And then this one that I've tea-dyed. Just some eyelet, layers of eyelet cotton and lace. Tied with some chiffon sari silk and a little dangle. That gets tucked into here, and it has some of Sheila's beautiful eyelet cotton dyed on the side. This is also a pocket. You could tuck something else into here if you would like. Pocket on this side of the page with a tag that I've just created using some of the images from the kit. Limited edition, some tracing paper, beautiful lace on this side of the page, a little tiny tuck spot. I've included a little vellum envelope with just a little piece of ephemera. It can be added anywhere in the journal that you would like. Some journaling, lined journaling paper, another tag with vintage French book page, cheesecloth, image from the kit, piece of beautiful applique lace, and some more beautiful vintage buttons attached to the ribbon topper. That's a flip up. Some of the beautiful dyed eyelet cotton from the bundle that I got. And we're coming towards the end of this one. This video has gone much quicker, of course. I don't think I've got that. I did. Beautiful image. Another piece of dyed eyelet cotton. Isn't that just so beautiful? In Antiquities. Here is a card for the recipient of this journal and some lined vintage notebook paper. Beautiful pocket with the lace bundle applique, beautiful edging on it, and I've got Stamperia cardstock that I've used for the inside cover of the journal, and you can put whatever you would like in the back pocket. So that is Antiquities Midnight Amethyst Silk Journal. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I've got a lot more. I think I'm recording 5 or 6 videos today while the sun is shining. It always makes it so much easier for the lighting when the weather is bright. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.